There was one dude that could not keep his hands off of you tonight.
Where?
It was a shirtless Casper who got to do a sexy dance duet with his woman, and the two got pretty touchy-feely.
This is the first time I've seen Casper in person.
Oh,
and let me tell you something. He ain't bad to look at.
No.
He's cute.
Yeah,
If
cute.
he doesn't keep his hands off of you, people are going to think you're dating.
Right. Wouldn't that be something?
That would be,
In July 2011, Jennifer Lopez announced to the world that she and her husband of 7 years, Latin star Marc Anthony, were separating. Though their separation was a shock to the world, according to Jennifer, it had been brewing for some time. Upon their separation, Jennifer Lopez would embark on a spiritual journey that required her to address some of her deepest and darkest insecurities. After several unsuccessful relationships, Jennifer realized that she had a negative sense of self and was empty inside, and no man and/or relationship could compensate for that. Upon this realization, Jennifer understood that it was time to put her love life on hold and truly focus on herself. In her 2014 memoir, True Love, Jennifer writes, quote, "In those first few months after the split, I certainly wasn't looking for anyone new. How could I? I had to get my crap together to figure out why I'd been repeating the same pattern over and over every time I was with someone. I was never single for long, and whenever I got together with someone, that was it. We were instantly inseparable, monogamous, together for the long haul. I never thought, well, let me take some time to see if I really want to be with this person. Do I even like him? Is he right for me? I didn't see this behavior for what it was, an act of not really loving myself. I was sad, hurt, and confused. But a part of me also felt stronger, like I had finally taken a step toward respecting myself."
Like I said, it changed my whole perspective on my life and my love and what I thought love was.
You talk a lot about relationships, and I was so glad you were so open because so many of us have been through heartache. I found myself
disappointment, huh?
I found myself nodding, saying, "That's me on that page.
That's right.
That's me on that page." I think a lot of women will think that, and it's interesting. You said after a breakup, people turn to different things.
Sure.
Some alcohol, some other things. You said you turned to another man, just somebody to scoop you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's the thing. You don't let yourself heal.
Yeah.
And I never thought of that. I just thought, oh, okay, I found somebody else and this is over and that was hard. So I'll just start new. And I thought that was healthy. I was ending one thing that wasn't good and going to another thing.
But you confused, you say passion with love.
Many times. And, you know, I realize now that what I was seeking, that I never became whole on my own. I never let myself heal, and I never filled that hole on my own with my own love, with the love inside of me.
Jennifer's journey to self-love would be an uphill battle, but with the support of her family and friends, she would begin the grueling process of breaking old patterns and toxic behaviors. This was a pivotal time in Jennifer's life, not only personally, but also professionally. While on the road to self-discovery, Jennifer would begin preparing for her first world tour, now that her career had been revived. This tour would not only elevate Jennifer's career, but it would also place her in the arms of her next lover. Despite swearing off all men and vowing to remain single, Jennifer would find love again. Though it had only been a few months since she separated from Marc, Jennifer would fall in love with choreographer and backup dancer Beau, also known as Casper Smart.
She said it was the most devastating thing when she went through her divorce, and she said he basically held her hand through it and is still doing so, and they're very, very happy together.
Jennifer initially met Casper in the beginning of 2011, while she was still married to Marc. According to Jennifer, the two had an instant connection and quickly became friends. When Jennifer and Marc Anthony separated in July of that year, Casper swooped in and offered Jennifer emotional support. By that fall, Jennifer and Casper's relationship had evolved so much that she hired him as the chief choreographer for her upcoming world tour, Dance Again. According to Jennifer, what started out as an innocent friendship soon developed into a passionate love affair. Just 3 months after Jennifer and Marc split, she and Casper went public. She writes, quote, I met Beau when I was doing the video shoot for On the Floor. While we were in the editing process, I was watching clips with the choreographer Frank Gatson when I noticed one of the background dancers doing a really cool move. Who is that? I asked. That's Casper, said Frank. At the time, we had just lost one of our dancers and needed a replacement for an upcoming performance. So I said, let's bring that guy in. Let's hire him for the show. Beau was pretty young at the time, but he had done choreography for Eminem and Beyonce, had worked with artists like Michael Jackson and Pink, and had been on TV shows. Because I had started out as a dancer, I have always related to them. I get them, and they get me. And whenever I'm shooting a video or doing a show, I like hanging around them. So right away, I felt a kinship with Beau. We started as creative partners, but eventually we became good friends, truly valuing each other's opinions. So at the time, he was the natural choice to help me put the tour together.
Enrique Iglesias. And Jennifer Lopez. The king and queen of Latin pop joining forces and taking on North America. It's J-Lo's first tour of this magnitude, and her new love is on display, on stage, and behind the scenes. Beau Smart, dance name Casper. At 25, he's not only Jennifer's main squeeze, he's also the chief choreographer of her live tour.
Don't forget that prep. Sometimes I tell her something, give her notes, and sometimes she gives me notes. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whose position is what, because she's the boss.
How does Lopez feel about taking direction from her boyfriend?
It's all right. Not good?
I wouldn't take that.
Yeah, right. You're right. I'm not going to take that.
I think you're the boss.
That's right.
You gotta be tough to work with the one you love.
I have done it many times.
Or you have, it's true.
And it's difficult with some people, and some people it's easy.
Woven throughout J-Lo's entire show, the theme of love.
Are you open to talking about the new love of your life?
No.
I'll talk about him.
Okay. No, it's not.
He's a good looking man.
Yeah, he is.
He's got a great smile.
Yes, he does.
Nice body, too.
And it was Casper who ultimately gave us a little insight into how the two first realized their mutual attraction. Surprisingly, he says it wasn't love at first sight.
I don't think it was for either of us. It was just very, natural how it happened. There was nothing before, no flirting, no nothing. It was just natural. It just happened.
It can be difficult for anybody who has to stand by my side, but at the end of the day, I know that I deserve that.
Are you open to getting married again?
Yes. For me, the biggest dream is the fairy tale. I will never give up on that dream.
In the beginning of their relationship, Jennifer and Casper attempted to keep a low profile, to no avail. The couple quickly became a hot topic, with the media dissecting every aspect of their relationship. In addition to Jennifer being slammed for moving on so quickly from Marc Anthony, she would also come under fire for the 18-year age gap between herself and Casper. The press dubbed Jennifer quote-unquote a sugar mama, being that she was 42 and Casper was 24. But according to Jennifer, despite the age gap and criticism surrounding their relationship, Casper played an essential role in her healing process and helped her rediscover her self-worth. As she put it, Casper was not only her best friend, but also her confidant, her biggest supporter and lover, all wrapped up in one. In an interview with People magazine, Jennifer said, quote, "Sometimes I question our age gap and ask him, why don't you go find a young girlfriend and get out of here? What do you want with me? In 10 years, I'm going to be like this, and you're going to be like that. And men at that age are, I think, all different things. The truth is, we don't know what's going to happen. We're loving this moment right now. We make each other happy. From the beginning, whenever I would stumble, whenever I was unsure, Beau would say, 'You got this. You can do it.' But he took it even further, telling me, 'You don't need me. You don't need Benny. You don't need your mom. You don't need Marc. You are always going to be fine. And I realized that before, my relationships were always tinged with fear. Is this going to last forever? Will he want to stay with me? Is this going to work? But now, I don't worry about the future. My idea of forever has been shattered. Now, I just want to be happy. I want to be in the moment and learn how to be happy. Beau's fantastic. He's like my best friend. I can tell him anything. When I'm feeling down, when I'm feeling good. He gives moral support, endless love, and support.
It's great. Can I go from top show, please? She might be like, oh yeah, that works, that's great. Or sometimes she might be like, no, I don't like it. Okay.
What did he tell you right before he went out on
yesterday?
stage?
Nothing, you know, we just have our little moment together. Very encouraging, very loving, you know.
Casper later tells us exactly what he said.
I always ask her, I say, who's the champ? And she says, I am. And I say, who's the champ? And she says, I am. I said, okay, go kill it.
Do you feel comfortable in your own skin nowadays?
Yes.
Do you? Tell me about that.
Finally. It took a long time for me to get there. Part of it was learning to accept myself and love myself for everything that I was, not just for the parts that people thought were good, but the other parts too, where people were like criticizing me for. And once I started loving all of that, I kind of relaxed a little bit.
Yeah.
I started appreciating that.
And like, isn't that freeing,
This is
Jennifer?
me. I am this person. This is who I am. I am a romantic. I do love. I am driven. I am, you know.
I do love
these
too.
Things.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And what's wrong with all that? Sorry.
Are you a hopeless romantic?
Yeah.
Do you feel that you want to keep trying until you get it right?
Yes.
Do you feel that?
Don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Jennifer.
Doesn't everybody?
I do. No, not everybody does.
No, you're right.
No, not everybody does.
Some people just give up.
No.
I can't give up.
No, I won't give up either.
I won't give up either.
Lopez has given up on worrying about what others think of her 18-year age difference with boyfriend, backup dancer and choreographer Casper Smart.
So I look at somebody like you and I think, wow, how does she do that?
What is she doing?
Not what is she doing, but how does she do it and feel okay with it? And
well, I didn't feel okay with it for a minute. You know what I mean? No. Well, at first, no, I just loved it. And then I go, what am I doing? You know, you go through all the emotions. And, you know, I've always looked at relationships like for the future. Where is it going? Are we getting married? Are we doing this? Are we doing that? And now I'm just like, maybe it's okay to just be in the moment.
Yes.
Maybe it's okay to just enjoy this for right now. Who knows where it's going?
Yeah.
There's love here. Relax.
Yeah.
Just relax.
I've met your mom. What did she say when you said, Mom, I really like him?
When she found out we were seeing each other, she was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I told her, I don't know what I'm doing. Just ride with me real quick for just a minute, okay? And then,
just ride with me.
And then afterwards, like when she went on tour with us and she saw us working together and everything, she was like, are you happy? And I was like, I am happy. I'm just happy right now. I don't know where it's going. I don't know. You know, like, don't ask me any other questions. And she was like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Jennifer,
she's
I
my
love
mom.
this.
She wants you to be happy.
She doesn't want you hurt. Yeah.
You know.
With the support of her boyfriend, Jennifer kicked off her first world tour on June 14th, 2012. Though grueling, this tour would be transformative and liberating for the star. Not only did it bring about personal and professional growth for Jennifer, but it would also bring about healing and closure between herself and her soon-to-be ex-husband, Marc Anthony. After 6 months of traveling around the world, Jennifer's tour was set to come to an end on December 22nd, 2012 in Puerto Rico. According to Jennifer, there was no better way to end the tour than with a special performance with her estranged husband. Jennifer and Marc's performance that night would be the end of a very difficult chapter in their lives, and it would also be a testament to Jennifer and how far she'd come. In her book, she writes, quote, I thought about whether doing this would be giving the spotlight to Marc, like on that American Idol finale, letting him have a moment that might have been mine. Was I falling into the same old pattern that I had spent months pulling myself out of? Would inviting him to sing with me be a step backward? Asking Marc to join me on stage wasn't about reverting to old habits. It was about showing the world and proving to myself that not only did we make it through the pain, but we came out the other side even stronger. We came out of it in a healthy way, and we were moving on as friends and as parents to our children. I really believed that making this offer to Marc was about moving forward, not backward. Singing with Marc felt like a perfect, beautiful closure to that part of my life. Things might not have worked out the way I had planned, but I was so proud of where we had come, especially after all that heartache. It was the perfect ending to those 2 years of turmoil and confusion and sadness, and ultimately recovery. It was the perfect start to the rest of my life.
For me, it was important to close the tour in Puerto Rico and invite Marc, because us singing No Me Ames in front of that audience, it would be such beautiful closure. There's still love there, and I think that's a big statement too for people to see. It doesn't say we've moved on and we're damaged. It says we've moved on and we're healthy. That's what the fuck it was all about. That's what it was all about. It also sends such a positive message to the world and to our kids that everything wasn't perfect, but we came through it. We took this journey and we're better. We survived.
Jennifer's Dance Again tour was a success. Critics praised the star's creativity, performance, and physicality. Over the next year and a half, Jennifer would go on to release a movie, executive produce a few TV shows, and pursue various business endeavors. From the outside looking in, all seemed well. But in May 2014, things would fall apart when reports came out that Casper, Jennifer's boyfriend of almost 3 years, cheated on her with a transgender woman. Sophie Vissa, a model, accused Casper of having an inappropriate relationship with her behind Jennifer's back. According to Sophie, she and Casper had been communicating via Instagram, where they sent each other explicit photos. In an exclusive interview with Women's Day, Sophie detailed her relationship with Casper, saying, quote, "I sent him like 5 or 6 pictures. There were a couple of semi-explicit ones, and then the last one I was completely nude. I'd do hashtags on Instagram to get a lot of followers. I'd put hashtag TS or hashtag shemale or hashtag transgendered on them. I remember I put those hashtags on one of my photos, and when I went back to look at my phone, I got a request from Casper. I approved him, and like right away, within 30 minutes, he started liking a lot of my pictures. I have over 600 on my Instagram. He was liking pictures from when I first started it 3 years ago." According to Sophie, she and Casper began sending direct messages to each other, chatting about their lives, and while Casper was cautious about what he commented on, he soon began privately requesting sexier shots. Sophie said, quote, "I just had a photo shoot, and I posted pictures in a blue bikini. Casper replied, 'I like your water pics, LOL. I was like, which one? And he wrote, second one with the blue top. I asked him why he didn't like it on my profile. He replied, because a lot of people monitor what I like, and I think telling you is better, don't you?' According to Sophie, she then sent Casper 2 pictures of herself, one in a bikini and another in a short blue dress. But Casper wasn't satisfied and wanted something more explicit. After Casper sent Sophie a photo of himself in his underwear, she then sent one of herself completely nude. According to Sophie, that would be their last correspondence. She told Women's Day the following, quote, "After weeks of exchanging messages and sexy shots, we had plans to meet up, but things ended abruptly after I shared a completely nude shot. I was thinking somebody saw it or he got in trouble. Casper then deleted pictures and conversations we had shared with each other." Shortly after Sophie went public with this information, another transgendered woman would come forward and claim that she too had an inappropriate relationship with the dancer. Model Christina Marie told The Sun, quote, "I was in a club in Miami and Casper was smiling and being flirty. Everyone in Miami knows who I am. I think someone would have told him I'm transgender. I said, 'You know what kind of girl I am?' And he said, 'I'm not stupid. My name is Smart.' A few days after that, I got a friend request from him on Instagram. He started messaging me. We started talking and he met me in his car. And we went on a little ride around Miami. We started fooling around in the car and being touchy. We had a kiss and did a little more. We met up again in Los Angeles. In his car, we played around a little more than the first time. We grabbed each other and we touched each other. We did everything you can do while driving. When these allegations hit the press, they spread like wildfire and left the fate of Jennifer and Casper's romance in the air. Casper would deny claims that he cheated on Jennifer and made a public statement threatening to sue Christina Marie and the Sun for libel. He said, quote, "There is no truth to any meeting or physical encounter. I am weighing my options on the appropriate action to take against Christina Marie and/or the Sun." Despite Casper's denial of cheating on Jennifer, Jennifer hired a team of private investigators to look into these allegations. According to reports, what they found only confirmed that Sophie Vissa was telling the truth and that she and Casper had in fact had inappropriate communication via Instagram.
JLo's boyfriend, Casper Smart, is at the center of a mind-boggling sexting scandal. Marianne broke this story this morning in the Daily News and has the latest on this shocking story. Marianne.
Well, this is actually on thedirty.com, but what we broke in the Daily News was that there's a transgendered woman who is trying to sell a story. They have up there's Instagram direct message chats between Jennifer Lopez, this is Sophie Vissa here, that's the transgendered woman, and J-Lo's 27-year-old boyfriend, Casper Smart, the cutie that's Casper Smart. They've had these conversations going, very flirty, him going, send me some photos, what do you look like, her responding, and these go on for about a week. So this went down last week. So she saved all these, she screenshot them, and now she's shopping them around trying to sell the story. So what I did yesterday was I dug all day and made sure this was his official Instagram account. It's really coming from Casper Smart. We reached out to JLo's people. They're just radio silent. They've gone silent. They're not saying a word. But this was actually him sending these messages, and it's like, we're just wondering what JLo is going to do about that.
Now, you spoke to Nick at The Dirty.
Right, so Nick Ritchie, who owns The Dirty and has these photos, he broke the Anthony Weiner, he ran for mayor here in New York City. He broke the story when Sydney Leathers was sexting with him. So this is a very similar story. So JLo's boy toy is like sexting with this transgendered model, bikini model, and it's not clear if Casper knew that she's transgendered. He might have thought she was just a woman because the pictures are really just the top, like her boobs and bikini shots and stuff. But now Casper's deleted a lot of photos off of his Instagram that were him and JLo, like things that prove that it's his official Instagram.
And wasn't he following her on Instagram, and then once the story broke, he stopped following her?
This is very interesting. Once I made the call to Casper's camp, like he has his own camp now that he's dating JLo, and he has his people and publicists. So I reach out, and as I'm like waiting for them to call back and give me answers, he's slowly going on Instagram and deleting private videos with JLo, things that like prove it's his real Instagram. Like in one, he's in a private plane with JLo. Like you wouldn't have that if you were an imposter.
So it's like live untweeted.
Right, and then there is an imposter because Casper is actually Casper's middle name. We all call him Casper Smart, but his name is Beau Casper Smart. So there is an imposter called Beau Smart, but Beau Casper Smart is him, and he was flirting. So we're wondering why. Why are you doing this to JLo?
Do you think he's going to keep the smart part of his name after
Casper? Stupid.
Yeah.
This 2014 scandal wouldn't be the first time Casper's sexual orientation was called into question. Back in 2012, fellow dancer Joshua Lee posted several tweets calling out the dancer for being gay and only dating Jennifer for quote-unquote fame and fortune. In his since deleted tweets, Joshua wrote, quote, "Check out at Casper Smart, known as a low-key homosexual in Hollywood. You know Casper used and cheated on his girlfriend, who got him on the JLo gig, right? He's just using JLo for fame and success. I know what I know. Not love, a lot of business and public relations, complete hashtag poser, and fooling you and all of JLo's fans. The truth will come out soon, and you are going to feel stupid." Subsequent to Joshua's tweets, a rep for Jennifer and Casper put out a statement denying claims that Casper was gay and only with Jennifer for fame. The rep said, quote, "Casper is not gay. These comments are born from envy and jealousy." Upon Joshua's accusations in 2012, Jennifer and Casper continued to date and attempted to put the rumors behind them. But according to an insider, despite putting on a united front publicly, privately, Jennifer questioned Casper's sexuality. And when rumors emerged in 2014 that Casper had cheated on Jennifer with 2 transgender models, Jennifer could no longer sweep things under the rug. An insider told In Touch the following, quote, "This was his last chance, and he is denying any wrongdoing. He insists he's done nothing and is totally innocent. Jennifer was in tears when this information broke. She feels like she's living a lie. She and Casper have been having full-blown, knockdown, drag-out fights over this. She's always been worried about the rumors of Casper being gay or bisexual. It's always in the back of her head." When this scandal hit the press, it blew up all over social media. And after 2.5 years of their relationship plagued by rumors of infidelity and Casper's sexuality, the couple called it quits in June of 2014.
Love her and the kids, and they're incredible.
That's friends, not sweethearts. Casper Smart is still trying to set the record straight on his relationship with Jennifer Lopez. The pair broke off their 2.5-year relationship in June.
Rumors are rumors. Trust me, I know firsthand. People like to talk. The only thing that sucks and always sucks is the paps. There's just no privacy. And that's not fair, but at the same time, you sign up for it, so...
The missing component was me loving myself and being able to take care of myself.
So, but do you start dating differently? Are you going to date? Are you
Sure.
dating again? Are you dating
No,
yet?
I'm not dating right now.
Okay.
I'm not. I just decided I was taking some time to be on my own and be my own best friend and be happy on my own. And what does that feel like? To not even text people or flirt with anybody. Just no possibility of that. Just me on my own. What does that feel like, Jen?
Will you do it differently when it's time?
I will go slower, I think. I think I'll be a lot more cautious. Just little by little.
If you could paint the perfect guy, what does that look like?
The perfect guy?
What does he look like?
I don't know what he looks like.
How does he behave?
He behaves very good.
He behaves good?
He's super faithful.
Is he?
He's super sweet. He's funny.
When Jennifer ended her relationship with Casper, she was heartbroken, as Casper had developed a strong bond with her twins and even her soon-to-be ex-husband, Marc Anthony. After finalizing her divorce from Marc in June 2014, Jennifer would surprisingly reunite with Casper by August. The exes would neither confirm nor deny the state of their relationship, despite being photographed together on several occasions. Later that year, in November, Jennifer released her memoir, True Love, which detailed her struggles with low self-esteem, relationships, and her fear of being alone. In an interview to promote her book, Jennifer said, quote, "I feel like when we're kids, you're sold into this fairy tale of what love is, that Prince Charming's gonna come along and save you and you're gonna live happily ever after. They're gonna rescue me from the Bronx, and we're gonna go off and live in a castle somewhere, and it's gonna be awesome. He's gonna love me forever, and I'm gonna love him forever, and it's gonna be real easy." And it's so different than that.
When I was a little girl, it was all about fairy tales, Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty and this person and that person. And the whole thing was like, Prince Charming's going to come along and you're going to live in this beautiful castle and have beautiful dresses and it's going to be amazing and you're going to live happily ever after. And that was my idea. So I grew up and what I wanted to be was, in love. And I had the heart of a romantic and of an artist. And so it became almost like the only thing that was important. And then as I grew up, I realized that was because, I had a dad who worked all night. I had a mom who was kind of, the center of attention all the time and a bit kind of like, it's all about me. And, so those two things really contributed to me wanting to, what about, where's the love that I'm supposed to have?
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to get. And little by little, it was always about trying to get that attention, trying to get that love from people.
According to Jennifer, she bared her soul in her memoir as she shared her vulnerabilities with the world. But despite Jennifer recognizing and understanding her unhealthy patterns in love and the fact that she needed to take time and be single, she and Casper would publicly confirm that they were in fact back together in the spring of 2015. And not only were they back together, but they would also collaborate again professionally. It was announced that summer that Jennifer would have a Las Vegas residency beginning January 2016. Like Jennifer's 2012 world tour, Casper would sign on as one of the creative directors for it. Jennifer's Vegas residency kicked off on January 20th, 2016 to rave reviews. Critics called the show electrifying, as the star wowed the crowd night after night. But despite Jennifer putting on a grand show, her love life would once again fall apart, when in August, she and her beau split for a second time. According to various reports, Jennifer dumped Casper after he chose to have a boys' night out with Kanye West instead of supporting her at a charity event. It should be noted that Jennifer's camp would later deny claims that she ended things with him because of this. But at the time, here's what the Daily Mail reported. Quote, Jennifer Lopez split from her boyfriend of 5 years after he refused to attend a charity event with her in the Hamptons. The pop star had told Casper that the benefit was important to her, but instead he headed off to watch the fight in Las Vegas. Sources say that Casper was unaware that failing to make an appearance would cause them to split, and telling people he planned on meeting Jennifer the next day. Upon their breakup, Casper was seen out and about looking somber. In an interview with Wake Up America, Casper reflected on his relationship with Jennifer and how it impacted his life. He said, quote, When I met Jennifer, I was single, she was single. It started out as flirting. There was a connection. Neither of us thought it would be more than a fun time, and suddenly we were spending time together. We enjoyed each other's company. There was chemistry. I was very young. I was 23 or 24. She was 18 years older, so she was about 42 years old with 2 kids. But in the moment, everything just clicked. We spent every day together for a year. I was young and selfish. I thought I was ready for a relationship with a woman with kids and everything. I was ignorant and stupid. And because of our age gap, it just didn't work.
Jennifer Lopez and her on-again, off-again boyfriend Casper Smart broke up after she caught him cheating, says a source. Yes, the source explains this. She kicked him out because he cheated on her and he got caught. It happened 2 years ago and he promised he would never do it again. And once he did, she was done. They go on to say he's been doing everything he can to get back together, working on himself, posting on his Instagram, saying that life is good and showing off his new leg tattoo that says you must embrace the darkness to see the light. Now, if that's not a sign of someone trying, I don't know what is. There were reports back in August that the couple broke up after Smart failed to attend a party in the Hamptons with Lopez, but the source is saying that that is not the case. She says the truth is he was cheating, and now that it's over, he's been begging to come back. He says he's changed and that he is a new man, but recently on a video shoot for Whirlwind in Mexico, he was posting videos with bikini-clad dancers and not acting like a guy trying to remedy old habits. He was kicked to the curb not because he did not attend a party with J-Lo, but because he was caught having parties of his own. No one has time for that, especially J-Lo. A rep for Smart confirmed that the dancer served as a creative director for a new music video for Whirlwind that was shot in Mexico this past week, but added that everything was, quote, strictly work, nothing personal. Well, now when news originally broke of the split back in August, a source claimed it was an amicable separation, saying to people it wasn't anything dramatic and they were on good terms. It just came to a natural end.
After Jennifer split from Casper, she would briefly be linked to rapper Drake towards the end of 2016. But by February 2017, that fling had run its course, as Jennifer would quickly move on with former baseball player Alex Rodriguez, also known as AROD.
He's so supportive and loving, and he's a great guy, and we're just having the best time.
Are you in love, J-Lo?
I'll tell you when we're alone.
When news broke that Jennifer and Alex were dating, the public was shocked, as it seemed like it was out of left field. But according to the couple, it wasn't as shocking as it appeared. Since the 90s, Alex had always had a thing for Jennifer. She was his celebrity crush and quote-unquote dream girl. The couple initially met in 2005 when Jennifer attended a baseball game with her former husband, Marc Anthony. While there, Jennifer and Alex were formally introduced to each other in the tunnel at New York Shea Stadium. According to Jennifer, upon shaking his hand, she felt something that she had never felt before or since. In an interview with Sports Illustrated, Jennifer said, quote, "We shook hands and it was weird electricity for like 3 seconds. 3 to 5 seconds of looking at somebody right in their eyes and getting stuck." According to Jennifer, Alex left a lasting impression on her, but it would take over a decade and a few divorces for the two to have their first date. It was February 2017, and Jennifer was having lunch in LA when she bumped into Alex. After exchanging pleasantries, the two agreed to go out to dinner. In a joint interview with Vanity Fair, the pair detailed their first official date and how everything just fell into place. Jennifer said, quote, "I had just come from a promo for my show Shades of Blue, so I'm dressed like my character, like a boy. Timberlands, jeans, curly short hair. He was sitting there in his white shirt, very confident and manly. But then he was just so talkative. I think he thought I was going to be this loud person, but I'm not. I just listen. So he's talking about his plans, about how he had just retired from baseball, about how he saw himself getting married again, and all these things you wouldn't normally talk about on a first date." Alex adds, quote, "I didn't know if it was a date. Maybe we were seeing each other at night because of her work schedule. I went in uneasy, not knowing her situation. She told me around the 3rd or 4th inning that she was single. I had to get up and go readjust my thoughts. I went to the bathroom and I got enough courage to send her a text." Jennifer continues, "So I'm sitting there and he's walking back and I get a text. It says, 'You look sexy AF.' What a charmer. I understand Alex in a way that I don't think anyone else could, and he understands me in a way that no one else could. In his 20s, he came into big success with the biggest baseball contract at the time. I had a #1 movie and #1 album and made history. We both had ups and downs and challenges in our 30s, and by our 40s, we'd both been through so much. And more importantly than anything, we had both done a lot of work on ourselves. We put so much pressure on ourselves to be great, to be the best all the time. We understood that about each other. When we came together, it was, oh my God, I was the same way." Alex agrees and adds, quote, "We are very much twins. We're both Leos, we're both from New York, we're both Latino, and about 20 other things."
Are you ready to have a good time?
It's Saturday night, Las Vegas. Superstar J-Lo sets the stage on fire. And who's watching from the VIP section? Her boyfriend, Alex Rodriguez, and his 12-year-old daughter, Natasha.
Baby. Hi, baby.
Hi, Sophie. I'm good.
That was the best show I've ever seen.
No.
The best.
Really?
I mean, you were on firecracker.
The two announced their relationship this past May and have been paparazzi gold ever since. Snapped while on vacation in France, cruising in the car, and all over New York and Florida.
Jennifer's an amazing person. She's the hardest working, but I think she has like 10 jobs. Hardest person.
She's making you look lazy.
Yeah, I think so.
1,000-something people in here every night.
Good show, baby.
Oh, there he is, the man of the hour.
Is there anything you've learned from being in so many high-profile relationships that you bring to this relationship that you think is better or different?
No, it was more about me. It wasn't like so much the high profileness of them or anything like that, even though you got to keep certain things sacred. I mean, we're in the era of oversharing on social media and everything like that. It's like, even if you don't want to, you are. Because you can't like be on there without, letting it out because you get happy and you whatever, right? But I think it was more about, I don't know, like me fixing me. To make a relationship work. I don't think it was anything had to do with anybody else, including the media or anybody.
But it didn't hurt to find the right guy.
Well, that when you get right,
Then you get right, then you find righter people for yourself, you know?
When Alex and Jennifer publicly confirmed their relationship, they became Hollywood's new power couple. The pair frequently posted each other on their social media pages, gave joint interviews, and were very open about their romance. With children from previous marriages, Jennifer and Alex made it their mission to blend their families and become one big happy unit. The public opinion of the couple was that they were a match made in heaven, a pair whose story was, quote, written in the stars. Overall, everyone was in support of their union, and so when Alex proposed to Jennifer in March of 2019, it was the icing on the cake. According to Jennifer, their relationship was the most stable, secure, and loving relationship she had ever been in. Alex was supportive of Jennifer in every way, and she considered herself to be a lucky lady. She said, quote, "He's come into my life and really contributed in such a way. He's so supportive. He's so loving. He's one of these people. He's like, shine, be the best. Some people try to dull you down, try to squish you down, and he's so not like that. And it's just so refreshing. It's just a beautiful thing."
What do you know now about love that you didn't know then?
Again, and I think this is a key to life, that I had to love myself and be okay on my own before I could be in a healthy relationship.
Okay, so were you at the point before you met him?
Alexander. Emmanuel.
Were you at the point where you could be alone just before you met him?
Yes.
You could, yeah.
Yes.
So do you think that you and Alex had done the work for yourselves?
Yeah.
Because I always say this, you can't look for somebody else to make you whole. You got to try to bring your whole self.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like now I'm good no matter what. No matter what. If I'm with somebody, if I'm not with somebody, Jennifer's happy. I'm happy.
What made you say about Alex, yes, you're the person I want to spend the rest of my life with? What are the qualities?
It was different. It was different than anything I had ever experienced, in the sense of his consistency, like what he says, he does. Every time. And that, is big.
Big.
And he also wants to build together, which I've never had. I've never had, somebody who wants to see me shine and grow and be. I think him being in my life was a big part of what happened this year.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because he allowed me to kind of just like, and it wasn't like, get back down here,
or don't outshine me.
Yeah,
well,
don't outshine me.
I've had that with Stedman all these years. He always wants the best for me.
Yes.
Always wants the best for me. You want someone who wants the best for you.
Best for you. And who also sees in you even more potential than you see in yourself.
Yes.
And you're like, really?
Really?
Yeah, that thing. And I think Alex has done that, and I do that for him. He always says I do that for him. And so we have that kind of like mirror quality.
Upon Alex and Jennifer's engagement, they would begin planning their wedding. But by 2020, their plans would come to an unexpected halt when the pandemic swept the world. As a result, the couple postponed their nuptials on several occasions. In an interview with Elle magazine, Jennifer said, quote, "We planned on getting married in Italy in June 2020. It was a big deal. We had been planning for months and months and months, and it was overseas. We had planned what we really, really wanted to do, but I don't know if we'll be able to recreate that. We canceled it. And since then, we haven't really talked about it. There's no rush. We want to do it right when we can do it. Maybe that wasn't the right time." You start thinking of all these things, how everything has its kind of perfect, divine moment. Jennifer's statement that she and Alex had postponed their wedding indefinitely came as a shock. But in February 2021, 1 month after these statements, Jennifer would divulge more information about her relationship, telling the press that due to the pandemic, she and Alex were in couples therapy. She said, quote, "I miss being creative and running on 150. But Alex, of all people, was like, I love it. I love being at home. I love doing my Zooms. I love knowing the kids are there and you are there all the time. It has actually been really good. We got to work on ourselves. We did therapy. I think it was really helpful for us in our relationship. According to Jennifer, the pandemic highlighted the couple's differences, causing them to address certain issues in their relationship. But despite their challenges, Jennifer and Alex loved each other and were determined to make it work. Unfortunately, however, their romance would be in jeopardy after reports emerged claiming that the former baseball player had an affair with Southern Charm's Madison LaCroix. It was a shocking allegation that no one saw coming.
In early February, Alex's name popped up in an unexpected place on Bravo's Southern Charm. Tabloids linked him to one of the show's stars, Madison LaCroix.
You were flying around the country sleeping with married men, ex-MLB players. That's what you were doing during quarantine.
Tell me,
you know why Austin was in my house? Because you weren't talking to him. You flew to Miami to an ex-MLB player.
ex-MLB?
Major League Baseball.
And following last week's shocking allegations that Alex Rodriguez cheated on his fiancée Jennifer Lopez, fans are convinced that his recent posts serve as a subtle response to those rumors.
In case you haven't heard any details on Hollywood's latest headlines, ex-MLB player Alex Rodriguez was name-dropped by Southern Charm reality star Madison LaCroix after many speculated that the two had been in contact with one another. Of course, the news came as quite a shock to many fans, as fans are well aware that AROD has been publicly engaged to Jennifer Lopez since March of 2019. For starters, the rumors could be traced back to the Southern Charm Season 7 reunion episode last month, when Madison was accused of being a homewrecker by her castmate Craig Conover, who also claimed that she flew to Miami to hook up with an ex-MLB player who is married and very famous. Craig even called out a former MLB player's name during the reunion episode, which got bleeped out when Madison denied them, telling Craig, "Give me a name, put me on a lie detector test. I never flew to Miami. Where's the record of that? That's fake." That didn't stop the internet from doing some serious digging and pointing fingers at AROD after noticing that he liked a photo of Madison's last summer that he has apparently since unliked. According to Reality T, Fan Bravo and Cocktails might have allegedly found another major clue that suggests that the two actually did have something going on, as the outlet reported, quote, "In December 2020, Madison shared a photo in bed from the Refinery Hotel in New York. At that time, AROD shared a selfie in front of what appeared to be the Refinery Hotel. Yesterday, that Instagram post disappeared from his feed." The caption of her photo, which has yet to be deleted from her page, read, "Wish you were here." Many have since been waiting for either AROD or JLo to address the rumors, but in the most subtle way possible, the two appeared to put on a united front during Super Bowl weekend, suggesting that they're completely unfazed by the accusations. AROD shared this video to his Instagram on Thursday of him and JLo driving with the top down, jamming out to some music with red and blue heart emojis as the caption. In another post just hours before the big game, the two were walking side by side after exiting a private plane as he asked JLo and his crew who would be taking home the trophy from Super Bowl 55. Interestingly enough, the plot thickened just days before his Instagram videos when Madison's Southern Charm co-star Danny Baird shared on Wednesday's episode of the Reality Life with Kate Casey podcast that Madison told her she was FaceTiming with AROD months ago. She said, quote, "Months before, Madison had told me they were FaceTiming or something. I never asked more about it or anything like that. I just didn't tie in that he was a Major League Baseball player." The AROD accusations come just weeks after Madison had exposed text messages and a selfie with ex-NFL star Jay Cutler, claiming that they had slept together, which is what led both Craig and her Southern Charm ex-boyfriend Austin Kroll to accuse her of dating married men, more specifically pro athletes.
After reports came out accusing Alex of being unfaithful to Jennifer, his rep issued the following statement, quote, "I'm not sure who's looking to benefit from these types of rumors and false stories. They are actually incorrect. Alex is busy concentrating on his businesses and his family. He doesn't know her and has never met her." In response, Madison would allege that she had in fact been in contact with Alex via DMs, but stated that the two never met and that things were never physical. In a 2021 interview with Page Six, Madison said, quote, "We've spoken on the phone, but we've never met up. That's the truth. We've never been physical, never had any kind of anything, just an acquaintance." He's never physically cheated on his fiancée with me. I talk to him randomly, but not consistently. I don't know what to do. I have tried to be as quiet as possible. I don't want anything bad for his family or for mine. We are definitely innocent in this. In 2023, Madison would be a guest on the Pillows and Beer podcast, where she would elaborate on this scandal and tell her side of the story. According to Madison, what she didn't say back when this story first broke was that Alex was in fact looking for a, quote, side chick, but that she refused his offer, and his statement claiming that he didn't know her was false.
Madison, what made you accept our invitation to come podcast?
One, because I've been dying to get on this podcast to actually speak my side of the truth, and I knew that we were going to get down to everything that needed to be answered.
I love that.
Okay, let's say the A word, right? And I don't mean Austin.
Love that.
Okay. You originally responded to one of the first messages he had ever sent me. Remember? I got this message. I was like, I'm being fucking catfished. Like, there's no way. Like, the dude who's dating J-Lo is not in my DM right now.
And that's when blue checks meant something.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but like he asked you something like, oh, are the gyms open where you are? And you were like, what the f?
Well, yeah,
Because
clearly.
Madison posted like a workout video or something.
Well, no, actually, I posted at a baseball park that was just redone.
But you were working out there.
Well, no, I was there with my nephew, and that was the picture he saw because I guess supposedly he had invested into that field. It's the Shipyard whatever park. Anyway, so he sent the message, asked if there were gyms open during COVID. Okay.
He kept like on FaceTiming you ad nauseum, right? And you're like, this motherfucker, FaceTime me like, 3 or 4 times today. And then he like got mad at Madison because she didn't answer when she was on the boat, like, or something. And she was like, I'm not at your, beck and call. I'm not some sort of like,
I told him, I said, look, if you're looking for a side chick, or which clearly he was, it wasn't going to be me.
So then my understanding was that when you said that to him, and of course, I want you to tell is that he then backed off and was like, oh, no, it's not like that. I'm not trying to holler at you, whatever that he said.
During that time, I was not flying to Miami.
I know you said that at the reunion. You said, I swear to God, I never flew to Miami.
Yeah, but people still don't believe me. Like, I swear to God, I had never, ever seen that person.
Like, I always believed you, Madison, and I always told people, and I was like, I know that she never flew there. Like, her and I talked about it. She always told me, when he was calling her, when he was texting her.
But yeah, that day,
homeboy was trying.
He was.
I didn't say his name.
He was sending her flights domestic.
Despite Alex denying rumors that he had an affair with Madison, his relationship with Jennifer would be significantly affected. In March, reports claimed that after a few rocky months, the couple had broken up. Jennifer and Alex would quickly shut down these rumors and deny that they had broken up by releasing a joint statement saying, quote, we are working through some things, end quote. An insider close to the couple added, quote, they never officially broke up. They are still together. They hit a rough patch, but were not broken up. Speculation that Alex had an affair had no bearing on the rough patch at all. Jennifer is working in the Dominican Republic, shooting the movie Shotgun Wedding, and Alex is in Miami, so it's tough seeing each other, especially with quarantining and the pandemic. This rough patch was not caused by a third party or anyone else. They are working through things and want to stay together. After this scandal broke, Alex would fly to the Dominican Republic to be with Jennifer in an attempt to salvage their relationship. But according to reports, despite his effort, there was no coming back. The trust that Jennifer once had in him was now gone. On April 15, 2021, about a month after denying reports that they had split, Jennifer and Alex officially confirmed that they were no longer together and that the engagement was off.
For more than 4 years, they were the toast of the town. Global superstar Jennifer Lopez and former baseball slugger Alex Rodriguez quickly became one of Hollywood's hottest power couples. They stepped out together for the first time at the 2017 Met Gala.
When Alex came into my life, it was like, oh, I found a partner who could really hang with me, and he also wants to grow and evolve. So we're kind of pushing each other into our own second acts.
Back then, AROD telling Hoda why they were such a good fit.
We're both from New York. We both come from Latino backgrounds. We both have 2 kids. And I think we've both been through a lot and can really appreciate each other, both the good and the challenges.
A few years later, fans celebrated when the dynamic duo announced their engagement on Instagram. AROD popping the question with a huge diamond during a Bahamas vacation.
Well, he's brought something to my life that I've never had before, which is kind of an unconditional support and love and kind of a matching of like twin souls.
They planned 2 weddings, both originally scheduled for 2020, but the pandemic delayed those plans and ultimately ended them. Last month, reports were swirling that the couple had called it quits. At the time, they denied it, saying, all the reports are inaccurate. We are working through some things. But this morning, J-Lo and AROD telling Today exclusively, we have realized we are better as friends and look forward to remaining so. We will continue to work together and support each other on our shared businesses and projects. We wish the best for each other and one another's children. Out of respect for them, the only other comment we have to say is thank you to everyone who has sent kind words and support.
And I think that's the key here. There are children involved, and so we can only hope that this is wrapped in grace, if you will.
And I think it is. And you have to think about it. It's really difficult for two people who have so much going on to make a relationship like that work. They are parting as friends that we're hearing, and that's good to know. And I think they just want to kind of take a pause, take a breath. And they learned a lot together.
By the way, smart to do it here this way where it's exclusive and you know it's true. If you Google J-Lo this morning, 10 articles come up. 5 say they're back on. The other 5 say they're done. I see it with Blake and Gwen firsthand. So I think it was smart for them to come here and say, hey, this is where they're at. This is the truth. And then the media will do what they're going to do.
Exactly.
When Jennifer ended things with Alex, she was distraught as she thought that she had finally found the one. The way Jennifer saw it, they were well matched and had so much in common. But according to insiders close to the situation, there was a loss of trust between Alex and Jennifer that can never be restored. One insider told the press the following, quote, after months of questioning things and fighting, Jennifer felt like she could no longer trust Alex anymore. They would fight and then go days without communicating as they began traveling and living separately. Alex has had problems texting girls for years. There is no proof that he has moved past the texting flirtation stage, but the evidence has continued piling up and became too much to ignore. Jennifer's friends for a long time had warned her that AROD was not a good guy and that he was using her to clean up his tarnished image after his many scandals. For years, Jennifer did not listen to the warnings, but now she believes them. Jennifer has trust issues, and there has been a lot of noise recently. It's all very complicated between the kids and their business ventures together. It will take a long time to untangle. Everything in their lives is very much merged together. Everyone is sad and upset. Following their split, Alex posted an emotional tribute to Jennifer on his social media page, where he panned the camera across multiple framed pictures of his former fiancée. Alex was devastated at his broken engagement and wasn't afraid to let the world know it. Jennifer, on the other hand, told outlets that she couldn't be happier and was ready to move forward.
Jennifer Lopez wants us to know that post-breakup, she's doing better than ever.
No, people are always wondering, like, how are you? What's going on? Are you okay? This is it. I've never been better. And I want my people who care about me, because I care about them so much, to know that. And I just want everybody to know that it's the best time. It's the best time of my life. It is about change, and it is about taking a step. And it's like, avanza, just advance, just take one step. Doesn't matter, right, left, whatever, take a step. When things don't feel right, when you need a change, cambia el paso.
Upon their breakup, Alex attempted to win Jennifer back. with the exes having dinner together on a few occasions. According to reports, a potential reconciliation wasn't completely off the table, with Alex being under the impression that in time they could get past their issues and reunite. But what happened next would not only shock Alex, but also the internet.
Do y'all remember when Ben Affleck was in the movie Shakespeare in Love? Well, it looks like he's been doing some wistful writing of his own, because according to TMZ, the Bennifer romance may have been brewing for quite some time. They claimed that Ben had actually been secretly writing J-Lo letters of love and longing back in February when she was still engaged to AROD. Their source also said that these emotional exchanges were going back and forth up until last month. So ladies, how do you feel about Ben writing Jen before AROD was written out of the picture?